Okay, tip number 3, let's talk about concealer. So concealer can be used in a multitude of different ways, right? A lot of times you see people putting on their tinted moisturizer or their foundation, and then they go over top and they dot concealer on. You can totally do that. You need to make sure that the concealer that you have is your match of a skin tone match. I personally despise doing my concealer that way. Always have. I feel like sometimes it can pick up the makeup once you put it down. Sometimes it's not a match. Sometimes you're like, how do I blend this out? If you blend, I don't like to do it that way. So I'm going to show you what I do with concealer, which I feel like helps people be more successful with concealer. So I do a shade or two lighter than my foundation and my skin tone. I go under my eyes. This is the Beautycounter Skin Twin Creamy Concealer. And I go down the center of my face. Now, I want to make sure that I either have eye cream or something going on under there because I want to make sure that I'm moisturized. If I had any other pimples or spots, I would go ahead and I'll pretend like I do, just to show you. Okay, we're gonna leave this just like this. I want you to let this sit for like a minute, okay? If you went in right now and you just started blending away at your concealer, you would smear it. It kind of would thin out on you. What I want to accomplish here is not only coverage, but brightening. This is your brightening and coverage step in one. You don't have to use both. Simplify it, get a lighter shade, and this can do double duty for you. Okay, now that this has been sitting for about a minute, I'm ready to go over top of my face with my tinted moisturizer or my foundation, or mix them both together. So while we're here, let's talk about the Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer. It is full of skin protection, sun protection, with a mineral SPF, so not a chemical SPF. It also has vitamin C in it that's gonna brighten your skin, and it works to bring luminosity to your skin. What this is not going to do, this is not going to provide you with massive coverage. I put some on my hand right here. It is sheer to light coverage. The way you apply it will give you your coverage, and I'll talk about that in a second. This is kind of just like a filter for your face with skin loving benefits. So if you are a no makeup girl and you want a last step to your skincare routine, the Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer is for you. If you are thinking, how does this compare to Senegens's Tinted Moisturizer? The Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer doesn't focus on color correcting red skin. Okay, so that's the major difference. This is like a filter for your face, a luminosity, extra skincare, extra protection in a tinted form, like a filter to your face. So because I want that luminosity, but I also want a little bit of coverage, I take the Skin Twin foundation and I mix these together. And you can see the Skin Twin foundation here versus the tinted moisturizer. The Skin Twin is like a medium coverage foundation. You could go in just with your Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer and get a concealer and conceal and provide extra coverage with at the places that you want more, and then just use this over top for luminosity. Or you could do what I do and mix them, or you could of course use the foundation on its own. All of it with skin loving benefits. I'm a big fan of mixing, not only so I get the luminosity and the extra coverage, but because this way you can create custom shades to fit you all year round. When I joined Beautycounter in the summer, okay, I was much tanner. It was August, and I got a shade that in the wintertime is a little bit too warm for me. What I do is I got a lighter than normal shade of foundation and I mix them together, okay? Listen, I don't even know what number we're on. I stopped counting because I feel like all of this is tips and tricks as I go, so I'm just not gonna number it anymore. You see right now that I am using a flat top kabuki brush. This one is from Sigma. You can get them almost anywhere. I have been using a beauty blender recently. A makeup sponge, right? If you're gonna use a beauty blender, I highly recommend getting it a little damp, squeezing it out, and applying it that way. That helps the foundation or the tinted moisturizer to really sink into your skin. If you're going to use a beauty blender, you are going to get less coverage. You are. This sponge, because the product seeps into the sponge, that's why you put a little bit of water on it also, you're just gonna get less coverage. So if you are like a quick sheer coverage type of girl, do your beauty blender thing, do it. So this technique that I'm doing is called stippling, okay? Stippling is done typically with a brush, and it's giving you dots per inch, or DPI. When you use a flat top brush like this and you push, you're pushing, you never see me rubbing and swirling, you're just wasting product. You're throwing your money out the window. You can use less product because you are literally pushing it into your skin, and therefore you're getting a better coverage. So you're getting a heavier coverage with products that don't provide full coverage. Do you see what I'm saying? So using this technique with something like the Dew Skin, which is typically sheer coverage, will get you a light coverage. If you had your foundation that's medium coverage, it's going to get you more of a full coverage. This is providing a full-on canvas and helping the product to sink in versus sit on top of your skin. You might notice that my face looks a little bit light compared to this part of me. That's okay. I'm using a lighter foundation. You would rather err on the side of too light foundation than too dark. Too dark is going to make you look muddy. It's going to make you look orange. Okay, you don't want that. I hear a lot of people say, but I want to look tan, I want to look bronzed, I want to look glowy. You can achieve that either with bronzer or blush and a highlighter, or you can achieve that by just getting something like Dew Skin. That's okay if it's in a little bit of a deeper shade because it's so sheer coverage. Okay, it's like a lotion, it's a moisturizer. So if you are finding that you are too light, that's okay, that's good, because I'm gonna show you how to go back in and add color to your face. Remember, foundation is a blank canvas. It's called foundation for a reason. If you are someone that uses Senegen's Tinted Moisturizer, let me manage your expectations real quick. This is not that. This does something completely different than the Senegen's Tinted Moisturizer. So if you have a question to find out which product would be right for you, I will put a YouTube channel or YouTube link below of a video that I did comparing CCTM and Dew Skin. But reach out to the distributor that invited you here. Everyone is very familiar here with Senegen's CCTM and Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer, so they can help you pick what's right for you. So let's get into the rest of the face. I spent a lot of time on the base because I think that's really important and where a lot of people go wrong. And this could be where you end your step, your day. You could just throw on a lip gloss, a little bit of mascara, and you can go. So that's why we want to really focus on the base face, and we want to make sure that we are glowing and covered and get the look that we are wanting to achieve.